ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL,
bracket, Brad, and we're into the quarters. We're really thinning out the herd.
Yeah, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of it very early. What I love about the schedule of these cups is it's just one after another when it comes to these rounds. You don't really have to wait too long before you can sort of path out and carve out your destiny. So the fact we're already here in the upper quarterfinals, I think, is really good. And we are saying upper because this is still a double elimination tournament. So either one of TDK and Nemesis, if they lose today, it isn't the end of the world. Obviously, you'd like to be in the upper bracket, but you're not eliminated from the tournament should results not go your way.
Yeah, and I think looking at that bracket, if the loser of this falls down to, I think, play the winner of Pavu and Hyper Spirits, I think for both these teams, that doesn't feel too bad, but obviously a situation you want to avoid here. Yeah, you can take a look at that bracket now so that you can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. So we've got the quarterfinals all playing out today. So K27X Ruby, TDK Team Nemesis, that's here on the stream. Namiga, first one win. I think that's a very fun series. And we also just saw, I think that was Ursa versus Musketeers. So a bunch of very exciting games. You can see the progression of these two teams as well. Relatively clean, although Nemesis did drop a map to Exterior Tenacity on their way through.
Yeah, but I don't know, for Team Nemesis, I mean, this team has just been really leveling up in such a big way. And I know TDK, you're going to look at the stats, guys, and you're going to think, wow, like this team's back. The caliber of competition that they've been playing against comparatively to Nemesis is night and day. Team Nemesis has been playing a lot of teams within the middling portion / upper portion of Tier 2. TDK have been playing a lot of teams that have just been in Tier 3, lower end of Tier 2. And what's really great is, yes, they should absolutely be winning these games, and they should be, I think, having very good stats. I guess the good news, I suppose, is that these players aren't really struggling. Axel, for example, is being given such a big boost of confidence because he is back to his best, because he wasn't for a very long time. What happened to him? Well, it's been a few years now, but hopefully he can get back to his best, and potentially this can give them a lot of confidence, especially when you've got the likes of Xanta, Sugar. Like, this rifle core is really reliable, and Nathany and Groove in this team, I think, is the most impressive thing. The fact that you've basically got this Gambit revitalization, the Gambit reunion, if you will, between the technical core of the in-game leader, Axel, and the coach, feels quite good. And you can see their win rates have just been amazing.
Yeah, been a very exciting team, I think, to watch. And yeah, Zorte as well has been playing at a really good level, not that far behind Axel and kind of the overall ratings. I think the most outstanding thing for me, just looking at where they are now, I think the last time we covered them together was at least maybe a month ago, which they've been through a bit since then. I can't believe Nathany is so highly rated. He's sitting on a 1.14 rating in the last, since this team came together, which I think is phenomenal. He was never really a fragging IGL. He was never like lacking in that department, but it was never something you really looked to him to be doing, so that's really cool to see.
Yeah, he started doing it a little bit in Bet Boom, to be fair. It was just, he just goes through these massive inconsistent patches, which is just a big shame. We just saw the Nemesis roster float on the screen there. Obviously, the big talking addition here is that Result has joined this team. Ever since Result has joined this team, they are just playing to an unbelievable level. It has been so good to watch this team. We've been covering them a lot, and I think really enjoying them, haven't we?
Yeah, I think this Nemesis team's a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how they go up against TDK because I think the rifles going against each other here is going to be such a clash. We'll see what's going to play out. We get the bans coming through. You get Anubis, the relative permits. The Nemesis did slip through one Anubis at one point. And Overpass picked by TDK. That's been go-to for them. We've spoken about this before. We've covered this team. It just makes sense when you think about the kind of connection with Nafany, Axile, Groove, etc. Ancient for Nemesis, that's also been more or less their go-to. The thing with both these maps for both these teams is that both of them are pretty confident on it. I actually think TDK are really happy with the Ancient pick coming through. Considering, sure, Nemesis has been playing pretty well on Overpass, but like I don't really think they've got much of a shot there. But Ancient is a map that TDK are really good on, so they're loving this veto.
Okay, yeah, I mean, again, statistics-wise, it looks really good. So I guess that leads nicely sort of into my next question then, which is you're saying, look, TDK could be really happy with all these maps, and potentially Nemesis doesn't really have a chance on Overpass. Are you viewing TDK as the favourites here coming into this? As in, like, to take the series in your opinion? Because I think overall, Nemesis are definitely the favourites in the series, just based on where the teams are.
That's interesting because I feel that there's just something in the name value of TDK that just makes you immediately feel that they're the favorites, even though I think Nemesis trajectory, I look at their ranking at the moment, you look at the events they've been playing, they do feel like the team that's kind of on the slightly higher trajectory. Both these teams are trending upwards, right? So it's really cool that we get this clash between the two. But I just think the veto is just so heavily in TDK's favor. That it's going to be tough for Nemesis. Unless they can come out and really, if they can show up on Overpass, and it's definitely possible that their results in it have been pretty good, even if very limited. But I think we covered that game, right, where they played versus Mouse NXT, maybe not. But I remember watching Mouse NXT on Overpass and not being impressed by them before.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've lost to them on it is a little worrying to me. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of faith in the Overpass Nemesis, or I should say I've got a lot of faith in TDK's Overpass.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna go against the grain then, because I actually think Nemesis, the way that the team's going, I think I'm more excited just about Nemesis as a whole, which is probably why I'm being a bit biased here. I think they're gonna win 2-0. I just got that feeling.
Wow. All right. I like it. I think it could go either way. I think it could be 2-0 in both directions. You know,
let's see.
With these teams. And well, pistol round setting out's good for TDK. It's very passive play on B, but Celta, all right. He taps one out immediately. Zorte dealing with the rotations, and well, he's managed to choke one out through this little point, but Texi will slide out and remove him. Stuck in the corner. Axel can't hold against Texi. What's going on here? Ooh, cheeky from Celta. That leaves it all onto Nafany into the clutch, and, well, he's isolating the fights but can't find that quick headshot. So what looked good for TDK quickly falls flat thanks to the IGL.
The short play was a... Yeah, probably less said about that, the better, Zorte. You've got so many targets, they're reloading in the open whilst looking at you, and you can't get rid of them. That's a real big shame, I think, for Zorte. But Celta does brilliantly. The fact he repositions and puts himself in the corner to let Xanta walk by him, wow, chef's kiss. Lovely stuff, really good retake. Bomb's only been down probably like 10-15 seconds, and they're just able to get it done, so impressive. Really impressive out of Nemesis. I think them being on the CT side will definitely help them overall as well. Let me just have a little look at the stats here. To be fair, 60% win rate on the T side for TDK, but 63% for Nemesis on the defense. So you're hoping, if you're a Nemesis fan, that they do really well in this first half.
Well, force spike comes through thanks to the bomb plant. An AK in Axel's hands. He's already feeling pretty emboldened to go searching with it. Boost up at the same time for Zorta, so both of these rifles trying to be implemented, and Axel almost loses his immediately. Under 4 HP, that might now get recycled onto someone else's hands, but Zorta finds success with his.
That's really cool. Difficulty is you now are forced to go in towards this B bomb site, which I don't think they'll mind doing. But currently, for Resol, he's in a little bit of a tricky one. The good news for Resol is that they're going to rotate away straight off towards Connector. They've also palmed the AK off. Axel's now just only leading with a Tech 9. Magikey's going to go on a little bit of a search. And Texi can potentially be spotting towards long toilets. There's a massive opportunity here for TDK to get the bomb down on an empty site.
Yeah, I think they're just going to contact through. At the moment, Nemesis have no idea. They're going to find out very quickly as this utility flies over that, this flank through from T spawn is going to be a bit off the money. Texi's still got all this long control, so he'll be able to come through late. This rotation now is actually quite tricky. Texi needs to find something here, and he's being encroached upon. Zorto is in the area. Oh, but the timing might be off. That spam actually almost removes one. Here comes Texi out from long. Picks out Axel, and he's still so aware of Zorte. Wow. Texi, heads up play, knows that he's in charge of this entire half of the area. Time is still ticking. There's a kit on Celta, and maybe it won't be a problem at all. They're finding all these kills quickly, but the bomb still needs to be defused, and if, Celta had gone down there, it could have been a slight concern, because you can see how close this gets. But in the end, they only lose the one.
Yeah, really impressive retake from Nemesis. I love the way they play it. You're speaking about Texi and his timings, and you point out such a good thing, and it is the way that TDK gets onto this bomb site is they just walk through toilets. They just walk up Divider. What does that mean? It means that they've cleared that area of the map, but they've not cleared over towards long toilets. And you're going to be thinking, if the bomb site is clear, there's no way that Nemesis would have gone for this gamble stack. So where on earth has Texi gotten off to? Texi plays long, probably that's his favourite position, defending the A bomb site. He's left solo an awful lot. He's always over towards long. Zorte knows this from his anti-strat. Easy collection on Axel because he's 4 HP, but the awareness just to be ready is a thing of beauty out of Texi. Big fight, not only in Fountain, but also in long. They start to push the issue here. Magikey, who got an opener on this exact angle previously, is now struggling, and Sugar will just remove him entirely.
Yeah, they really want to try and put the pressure on, knowing that they're going to be up against Deagles at most. Well, that does cost one. I'll tell you what, we've watched a bit of Nemesis. And Texi, if he's having one of those games, he can just be unplayable.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see. He did have one of those games earlier in their run here. That was against Rottweilers. He put a 2.19 rating up there across 2 maps, I should say.
Okay, that's just pretty absurd, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a bit of a monster. In fact, on Ancient, his kind of stomping ground, as we know, 2.67 rating. 28 and 8. And a 13-7, which is pretty remarkable. So yeah, Texi definitely can just take over a game. We've seen Celta. I'm become a massive Celta fan, you know this, in the last few weeks. This guy, like, the brain on him, and I don't know, he just has such a good read of the game. And I think Overpass is a map where he's going to be really able to flex that. So I'm excited to see him continue here. He's already started off with that 6-0 scoreline. We saw in the pistol round just how tricky he can beat. That's a great leg shot onto Sugar as well. He's going to be forced back, but Texi removed. Zorto ready for that.
Yeah, that flashbang, just where it lands, it doesn't blind Zorto at all, because he's just poking behind the wall. Another boost up, potentially. Instead, I think the nades are being lined up to land exactly on Resol. Ouch. There you go. And now he's got to move away. Is there a boost that can come in now for them, potentially? No. Instead, it is just going to be Xanta remaining and waiting. So there's a lot of damage that's been done. You don't know it yet if you're TDK. But if you're heading towards B, you have to deal with a lot of bodies. That's the only issue here. And the only map control you've really got is in towards the short water. So it feels like you're very much bomb site committed at this point with 45 seconds left. And another smoke just goes down. That really doesn't help matters. You're really hoping that Zorte can get this kill on Magikey.
I don't know if you'd be expecting the left side pillar. It's not really a conventional orb angle. Normally it's on the other side. And while Flashbang forced him back, Riesel gets his, but Magikey misses the mark. He gets run down, and the MP9's not enough to hold on. Xanta takes both the riflers down. And it's all crumbled here. Celta can spam all he likes. Look at the damage inflicted, but not the kills found. He's actually giving this a slight look in. Or at least holding to see if they progress around here. Wants to adopt a slight odd angle. See if he catches anyone walking out, but that's a very nice direct hit and, well, helped out by a few shots that go whistling by.
Also, just the timing. The timing of Magiki is just so unfortunate. He's holding that left-hand side. Zorte would creep into him, but also the rifles would go around the corner and just not be ready for him. Because you're not aiming at that as you're in your entry path in. Tell you what we are aiming at, though, the right-hand side. That's exactly what he peeks into. That's exactly what they're looking for. Crosshair already on the head. I don't know why he moved. I really have no clue what the communication was, or whether he just thought he could have a better timing. Maybe he felt safer on the right-hand side, but that off angle would have been absolutely beautiful. And instead, the moment he moves, in classic Counter-Strike 2 fashion, is the moment they start going for this hit.
Run boost to Xanta. Change of flame. Xanta gets ahead. Axel's gotten on the board as well. Removes today. That's a nice kill to get early. That's just a fight in towards short. Result once more. He's gonna see the shadow, but still, Axel bests him.
Welcome to the game, Axel. Oh, welcome to the game. Time in a Texi. Xanta looks back, but it doesn't matter. What an adjustment out of Texi. Makes it a 3v3, shuts the door in Axel's face. And now him and Nafany technically don't have short control. Sugar can rotate over with the bomb. 1 minute left, and they're just going to push in towards the site. Texi's rotate delayed, and Celta might be overlooked and overwhelmed. He's seen one. Easy timing from the in-game leader. Cerebral violence, and suddenly he's got to get out of there. Brilliant flashbang to aid his cause, and now he can just remain. And the fact that he's now repositioned towards the back of the pillar is certainly not going to be expected. Texi's trying to help out. That allows Celta to swing, and the reposition was so good out of the in-game leader. There's that brain on him.
Yeah, he throws that flashlight knowing he needs to get out of there, and also knowing that they're progressing, the flames come through, and that actually combined with the flashes gives him a beautiful runway to escape. And I love the way that they all play off each other here, just the different levels of contact being brought through. Texi gets one, and as soon as that contact comes through, Celta takes that opportunity to swing out the other side. So Nemesis, they let one fall on B, but this time, thanks to Texi getting that double up in towards Con, they find that play that puts it back into a 3-on-3. And that's just good protocols.
And that stinks. Again. Yeah, okay. Double up, they've seen him. Magicky's also got rid of Sugar. Are you able to get rid of Xanta? Yes, Celta, of course, why not? He's immortal at the moment. Magicky's now moved off of the toilets line in towards Divider. And Nafany potentially is going to be the latest victim to him because Zorte's going to look and search. Pixel caught. And actually, the swing is good enough out of Magicky. Zorte wants to trade him but can't manage it. So it's this two-player advantage now for Nemesis, and they don't need to overextend the issue. They can slide back in towards this bomb site and make matters a misery for TDK.
I think you killed him through Texi then. I think Texi took damage from the shot. Flashbang's good. Magicky gets onto the line. Solte fires off his shot, so you know he's still bouncing about. Yeah, you know what? Can I change my prediction?
Yeah, go for it.
I forgot. I forgot about the Celta Texi double duo of Doom.
It's funny because it isn't normally the Celta Texi duo. And in fact, before Resol joined this team, it was Sudame and Texi. Like, genuinely, these guys. Sudame's called off a lot, and it's because Resol has taken some of his active roles, especially on the T side. And it's made it, I think, a little bit difficult for Sudame to adjust in comparison to Texi, who's got all of his star player roles, hasn't really have to shift too much. Remember, this Overpass choice, Nemesis didn't used to play Overpass at all, but this has come in because of Resol. So they're going to be good on this map. Magicky is fantastic when it comes to AWPin. I think he's probably in the best form of his career at the moment, if you take a look back at this entire calendar year. It's beautiful. Oh, and when you got your in-game leader, where I thought he was just Yeah, he did hit him for him. Where I thought he was more of a Mirage merchant, it is now stepping up and doing 9-1 against Nathani and Axile. It's a tough one. But this is the CT side of Overpass. It is what needs to be said.
Yeah, absolutely. You are expecting to do most of your work here, and for a team like Nemesis for sure, especially on a map that's not in their usual repertoire. But it is in TDK's usual repertoire, and the T side has been really solid for them. I mean, they're pretty much even on both sides, so 15 wins, 3 losses. It's a remarkable record to have. They also lost to Mao's NXT. Mao's NXT might just be the most bipolar team on this map, maybe. I don't know what to expect from them anymore.
They're an academy team. Sometimes they're going to be good, sometimes they're not. I think that's probably the main sentiment for Mao's NXT. Because I've had days where I watch Mao's NXT and I think they have got about 8 prodigies in their team and there's only 5 players. And then sometimes I watch them and I just think, what am I watching? Bless them. They've played, I think, the most amount of maps, or definitely in the top 3 most amount of maps on HLTV this year. Poor Axile. He's got this hero AK and he's just been harassed with utility, with spam. That's missed. Oh, no, it hasn't. I lied. They're doing the close corner one. Another nade. Axile hasn't seen anyone and he's half HP.
Yeah, I wanted to get these saved weapons to use, but neither him nor Zorte is getting that opportunity. Texi might get tested shortly. It's going to get him really close. Celta is off over on the bomb site, so he's not actually that nearby. But ooh, this jump peeking is going to bait Texi, though. Oh my goodness! I was sure they were going to drop that smoke because I feel like Texi's position is quite powerful with Celta doing all of this.
Yep, no, it's great, especially when you can walk through a smoke and just get a kill. And that's also advanced information, because now you know there's only one in towards toilets. You got to watch the divider smoke. Celta's just been caught potentially by Sugar. But what's nice here is you've still got 3 players ready to defend B. One moves away, but Sadame can rotate over quite quickly. Magic-E on the line. Again, peeks into the common angle. Sugar's also dealt with Texi. Result, though, baited in by Sadame. There's that late rotate, and they just aren't ready for Result to be in towards the barrels. Sugar, last player standing, has to try and get a weapon. It will scavenge Zorte's AWP and run for the hills, but he won't get out alive. Good work from Result. And again, another brilliant round from Nemesis, just playing off each other beautifully.
Yeah, lovely stuff. This B-bomb site's a pleasure to behold at the moment. Even with Magic-E getting caught a couple of times that right side pillar. Result, brilliant stuff. Nice double down and then able to swing through even to deny that attempted save. Not that it makes a big deal anyway into this next round. They had the lost bonus built up. Okay, 1-6. Looking very good for Nemesis at the moment. We get the boost up to have a look in towards Heaven. Nothing to be spotted.
Damn, got train blocked. Unlucky.
Little flash. Axel sees nothing on the corner. He'll leave.
I wonder if that's a thing, actually. Imagine if you had an AWP and you could look in towards, the jump up you do up Heaven where you're looking towards connector. Imagine if you times that with the train coming across. The train comes across, you just peek and then you just leave again. Very niche, but could actually be a thing. Let's see. Texi's just going on a walk. Down in towards
Careful.
long. Sugar is considering this.
Sugar's had a lot on his plate over here at A in many of these rounds. Yeah, Texi's kind of caught between 2 things. Footstep? Maybe. Oh, Axel, they try to flash him forward. And now Texi takes the timing. Couldn't have asked for a better one, but 2 kills come through. They found the frags, and Celta's playing such an advanced angle, and it's perfect. Oh my god, I thought he was in serious danger there. But he denies the bomb. Low HP on Zorta, and he almost takes off Xanta. A necessary kill. Both these players low. Bomb to be planted. It's a double shot. Retake the nade. Almost on the money.
This is tough. Only because Magic-E's on the AWP. And you know that there will be a timer through Monster at some stage if you're Zorte. Yeah, look at this. Back on the angle, immediately starts walking, has to hit the shot and can't do it. That's the way in. Now suddenly Xanta's put in a really difficult position in this 1v2, but Magiki comes to him quite easy, but there's another nade that gets scavenged. The kit gets scooped, as does the AWP. Texi is a madman, and Nemesis will find 7.
Utility has been so good from Nemesis just throughout this at so many different points. I mean, Celta, I think, is the big hero of that round. Obviously, Texi gets the 2 on the retake. But I think it would have been possible without this play from Celta. If he gets caught from the short player, the retake becomes very hard.
And the dink as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. He brought down Xanta to 20-something HP, which is enough for the nade to do the job.
Quick scaling. Not only in towards Connector, but also in towards Fountain. Texi potentially overwhelmed, but no, of course. He gets out in the nick of time. Able to put himself on an off angle now. Flashbang forward. He knows exactly what's going on. Celta, his partner in crime on this A bomb site, has rotated it. And Result has just pushed Monster. He's got such an advanced time in here. They're going to have no idea he's on this side of short. He can just tuck underneath. Xanta's not clear in this. It's a free kill. And Result, fought about trying to get even more. Instead, he takes the info. By the way, boys, they are not at B. They're coming up A. And everyone's rotated. There's 4 here.
Yeah, they can have all the bodies in play. Texi out towards long. But there's not going to be any flash here for Axile. It's just going to be a straight duel if they come this way. When he comes this way. So it's going to be into the riflers at the front of sight. Celta. Oh, has he seen them on that jump spot? Not sure if he has, but there's the info for Texi. Axile tried to get tricky on the angle. Can't get it done. And Sugar managed just to overwhelm Celta. But now the reposition comes through. Texi playing Officer Dame. And it's brilliant. Although Zorte does best one. It cost him a whole lot, and Texi's still here. Bomb being planted just about in that smoke, and, somehow Zorte is still standing. I don't think for too long. Yeah, they know he can't have gotten too far.
Oh, I love it. This is the perfect round to pull out the monster play. All half long, TDK have been putting so much pressure in towards short. Every single round. Axile this time decides we're not going to do that. Texi gives really clear communication here. He hits 2 up towards Connector. He hears them over towards the Fountain as well. Okay, what's not going to be occupied then? Probably short. Or, at the very bare minimum, Monster. So Result takes his timing, pushes through on that extremity over towards B. That means you can get extra rotates over. I love the jump out of Celta because, again, Celta is literally selling himself to set Texi up 4 more kills. And you've even got this rotate in again by Sedame, who is then taking the contact immediately off of Texi once more. He knows that the win condition is Texi, who's 14 and 3, who finds another triple kill in this map and just pushes Nemesis further and further towards the finish line of their opponent's map pick. And I'm not being funny. If this is the output that we're getting out of all of these players from Nemesis, Ancient's going to be completely the same story because they are just going to push, they're just going to get aggressive, and it's going to be really hard for the likes of Sugar. Axile, who's had 2 kills in this game, and it was a multi-kill. He's had kills in 1 round, and it's been 9 rounds of play.
True. Yeah, crazy considering the form he has been. Yeah, the thing with Ancient as well is I think that is Texi's best map as well. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to there if you're a Nemesis fan. Looks like we've lost Sedame. We'll get him back in shortly. How are the other games going at the moment? Looks like Namiga are making quick work so far of 1 win. 5-0 up at the moment. The other 2 upper graphic games haven't played yet. We've got some lower games going on at the same time as well. Sangirl taking on Unity. They're currently up 6-3 on map 1. Mana vs Rottweiler has not started yet. Havu off to a 6-3 lead versus Hyperspirit. Tell you what, the Hyperspirit team yesterday, so impressive. I'm excited to see if they can beat Havu and get a match with like the loser of this. That would be a really good benchmark for that team to see where they're at. And then the final series, Oscar Utas versus State. That one's currently 2-4.
Yeah, not to be too disrespectful to Harvu, but Eternal Fire are a better team than Harvu. When it comes to individuals, right? In terms of the fundamentals, probably not. I reckon Harvu got some pretty decent fundamentals, and I imagine you're probably going to be playing Harvu on Nuke. Yeah, no, it's instantly picked by Harvu. So that's going to be tricky if you don't win Dust 2. That's actually really funny. I've just gone on the match page, right? I've gone on the pick percentage chance for Nuke. 89% for Harvu.
Yep, they're picking that. If it's not banned, they are picking it. That's actually funny because Dust 2 is like the next most likely, and it's the pick that Hyperspirit bring out. Unlucky. It's always the worst when your best map is the opponent's permaban. Alright, so name's back. Get back underway. 8-1 Nemesis are locking down this CT side, and it feels relatively easy. There's only really been a slight threat in a couple of rounds, but for the most part, it's been a lockout.
Just every round you put that nade in, Zorto starts each journey, or Axel. And it's 60 HP. Okay, interesting from Nafanate. Zorto's dead. So I think the flashbang he wanted to set up. Yeah, he wanted to set up a flash to set Zorte up over at short. Instead, it doesn't work. This nade goes deep to try and punish someone just playing on the edge of it. This time doesn't work. And we've got Magkey playing an advanced setup with Texi over at A. And there hasn't been one round in which Sugar has progressed or Axel actually in the entrance sort of long towards the A bomb site. The furthest they've got to is on the boost.
I've seen them try with this flashbang play into Monster a few times to get an opening pick for Axile. Every time there's been no one home. Although now there are bodies here. Sugar has taken this relatively far progression, and well, I was going to say long, there's no information, so instead they look for the info elsewhere. Texi just swings out and takes Nafany's head clean off.
That's the bomb, and that's your info. And that's going to pull Sugar away from long. Or at least I thought it would have. Texi's now on the bin. And he sees the shadow. He isn't able to get the frag. A third rotator's come over, though. Look at Celta. Hiding in plain sight. There's no time. You've got to save. You can't get onto this bomb site. What a limp ending to a round here for TDK. But it's all off the back of Texi taking one wide swing, dropping the bomb, and then you feeling like you can't progress.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yep, 2 picks. One to get things started over on B. Sorte goes searching, finds nothing, and then Nafany just gets swung upon.
Nafany's got to be so frustrated. In that round, he's got to be so livid. Because if you think about it, just how his half has gone, right? Terribly. But in this round, he sets up a flashbang to set Zorte up, and Zorte dies before he even gets to throw it out his hand. And he's like, okay, well, Sugar's got space over at long. La la la, let's go to Divider. Oh, I'm dead. And we've lost the round, and everyone has to save. And this is the first time we've seen the boost early. Flashbang will be affecting Celta, but he'll still pop his head up. Isn't able to get any kills, but gets an awful lot of info, and Axile just walks into the nade.
You learn your lesson, Axile. He's a nade magnet. Yeah, they want to just make this a simple B hit. And it's a similar result to the last round, where an opening pick comes through short, a second player has been spotted. He's had to progress, looking for Sedame, but he goes searching for them instead. Happy to take that fight and then some more.
Oh, this is over. They're so frustrated. It's like, why are we not throwing any utility, boys? You have your pockets lined with utility. You have so much. You've even compromised buying some weapons to get utility. And yet, you've not thrown any of it, and we've peaked one by one in towards short. What is going on, TDK? You've completely collapsed. And I'm surprised there hasn't been more timeouts from Groove. What are we doing? Saving again for 35 seconds? This is a nightmare.
You're seeing some of what was, you know, kind of eventually became a critique of kind of the Gambit youngsters' Cloud9 playstyle on maps like this. Oh, no, this hunt. You don't save anything at this point. Which is, it can feel a bit kind of dry. You know, a lot of just looking for these individual fights on timings. The utility is often, like, they'll throw a lot of empty flashes. There won't necessarily be those big set play executes to find these picks. So yeah, this is just completely trying to raw dog the bomb site in the year of our Lord 2026.
But, yeah, okay, but if you're gonna go in raw into the bomb site, fine, right? Let's entertain that narrative and just keep going with it. Why are we even buying the utility in the first place? I actually think that's annoyed me more because you've got the intent to do it. And you've actually sacrificed weaponry. If you want to raw dog it, just buy your Galil, buy your AK then. Give yourself the best possible chance. Miss me with that Deagle BS. Like, come on now.
Yes.
Don't pretend you're going to throw and execute.
You know, I was so excited for this series when I saw the one
So
we had
was I.
scheduled out. I was like, okay, yeah, this is the game of the day. When you looked at all the ECL games, TDK, yeah, I'm really excited to see them go up against Nemesis with the form there at the moment. We get Overpass, TDK's best map.
Nice shot.
Oh, an opening kill. There we go. An AK into Xanta's hands.
Let's get 2. Come on, Nafane. What are you cooking here? Zorte might be going into an AWP. And at that point, the whole kitchen... If the kitchen isn't on fire at that point, it will be on fire now.
Timings are ludicrous. Leg shot. Yeah, they're looking to punish some of these aggressive peaks. Magiki's fallen back. They've heard this. They might try and walk upon him. Yeah, they're just going to execute through behind the smokes. He is completely alone, and they are just about to hound him. He needs to make the call to fall back. So they're just going to have to go for the retake on this. That's going to be tricky. 4 on 5. There's going to be a late flank. No, there's not. Still a player at B. He's going to be progressing up with the rest of them. Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
Xander just tries to spam the smoke, and Magiki takes that as an invitation. All right, that puts us into the 4 on 4. Flashbang's being set up. They don't have the smoke grenades for the bombs, so that could be a problem as the time ticks on. They need to find these kills quickly. A double up in towards the long side. Resol gets overwhelmed. Information now for the swings, but the headshots all coming through, and we will get that second. It comes at the tail end. TDK had to fight for it, only showing up with 2 on the T side of their map pick.
Well, that did not go to plan if you're TDK. You pick into Overpass, you only walk away with 2 rounds, and sure, it's the T side, but I mean, none of them really felt that competitive. And now if you're Nemesis, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from taking your opponent's map pick. Win the pistol, win the map, and potentially just win the game on the spot.
It's kind of ridiculous that this is the scoreline. Shocking scenes. Team Nemesis here to play. At the moment, it's a couple of TDK players that have barely had a chance to play. Anthony, one of them. He'd love to get this best round going, but doesn't get that chance. So the bomb spotted towards connector. I'm just going to potentially move some pieces around. Salto will rotate up to help out Axile. Now Nafany's on the way too.
Okay, Axile's also got block utility. Zorte's got a flash, Axile's got a smoke, Nafany's just going to rotate in towards Heaven to help, so at least there's a quick rotation here for TDK should they need it. It all depends on when they get this advanced info. Are they going to see the players first or the utility? Well, Celta's made his mind up. It's going to be the utility first. The molly's going to land deep in towards Dumpster. In fact, I don't think the molly landed at all. Flashbang through. They look at the floor, and Resol is just able to kill everyone. Nafany rotates. It doesn't do anything. Nemesis, for all intents and purposes, that's 11. That should be map over.
Even with the bodies there, Resol just runs at you. That's the exciting addition he brings to the team. Not afraid to get his hands dirty.
That's even with Util missing. That's even with the molly missing.
I think the defensive smoke kind of threw it off that they dribbled for that was meant for Truck. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Sugar. No kid is the thing. Oh my god, they're both towards long too, but yeah, it's done now. Ajiki just confirms it. Sugar's hitting some shots. I'll give him that. Not enough for the round, but enough to give you something a bit more competitive into the Force, which you know has to be coming next round.
Yeah, I feel like even if they didn't get those kills, they were forcing anyway, to be completely honest. Nice shots. Oh, at least we'll get to see that back here again from Sugar's POV. Incredible work from him, just to get a 4K, make that look and feel a little bit more competitive. And in fact, he's going to drop Axile the M4. So a lot of respect being given to Axile. Sugar is 10 and 10, and he's dropped Axile, who's 2 and 11.
And both those kills came in one round.
Yes, indeed. And a round that they lost, by the way. They lost that 3v5.
Well, makes sense you're entrusted to him, given he is playing such a power position. But he's not going to be nearby as this hit comes in towards the B. Bomb site, Russell's taking one immediately. Xanta,
nice.
Timing looks good, gets double. Still, a lot of damage being inflicted here onto Nafany. He's feeling the pressure, putting out smokes desperately. And Magic is just tapping away, sees another in towards Heaven. Axar will rotate in. He's got to be the hero here. Sedame spots him out and a little shot through the smoke. Axel needs to try and find a shot. Oh, that one's clean and a follow through as well. Celta now backside behind the pillar, left isolated and now noted. Reposition can just about get the first. Now the time's on his side. Axel has no kit. Bomb planted in the open. He's just gonna stick this the full 10 second. Oh, Axel, he's gonna do it to him. He's absolutely done it. Called the bluff on Celta. And Axel, he is the hero.
Fair enough. That's exactly why Sugar gave him that M4. 2 crucial kills coming in. Really good reposition out of Axel as well, towards the left-hand side of the pillar. They're just not ready for him. And as soon as he gets the jump scare on the first player on Magic-Key, Sedame's not in a position to be able to trade or get that kill. He just can't adjust quick enough. And the fact that he just has the idea the only way he wins that round is just by sticking the bomb. He has to go for the fact that Celta won't peek. He doesn't. So that is a third. Forcebite is a success story. Zorte's now got an AWP.
Alright. Thanks to Axile. Very generous. slow progression from Nemesis. They go through the motions, getting the map control on A. TDK not playing hyper active towards this side. Did initially take a gander, but fall back to a more passive approach. There's a little fake out utility on towards the B bomb site, but Sugar, he bites on it, and in fact, you get the kill. Trey can't come through, and with the sidearm, gets it done. Another progression though. Axel loses his head. Zorte, he'll strike through. Needed that kill back the other way. Flames, are actually gonna scathe him, send him all the way back, and he burns completely. There's just no way that happens. There's no way. 100-0 in the Molotov. That nade's on the money. Still a 3-on-3. Bomb's not planted for this player in Banana. But Sugar's low. There's a kid on Nafany. Looking for this fight. Texi, tuck behind default. Result though, he'll swing out. He'll get the kill. Sugar with such low HP, you feel whoever can get the pre-fire first wins that door, but instead the fight comes elsewhere and the force buy back comes successful. I cannot believe Zorte burns from 100-0.
It was so tunnel visioned. Well, firstly, he thought the molly had gone too deep. It then spread back up the stairs right here. And then he felt, okay, well, I can pull out my nades. I can just get the frag and do a tremendous amount of damage onto Result, who's planting. Instead, he then strafes back into the molly, and because he's already been singed from not realizing prior, it just eats him alive. The later the molly is on the floor for, the more damage it does, and his health bar just completely evaporates. 12-3, 9 map points now for Nemesis on their opponent's map pick. Well, they're looking to make very quick work of this, aren't they?
Brutal. Taxi with some great shots in that round, removing Axile initially.
It's just so tough.
Since
like your in-game leader is 13-6. You think, okay, that's pretty good. Texi's got a free KD, 18-6. Result isn't far behind him, and in fact, prior to that round, was overtaking him. And Magic Key and Sedame have been completely fine. Like, this has just been so difficult to contend with if you're TDK, especially when Axile's not showing up. Nafany has 1 kill.
You can almost invert Nafany's KD and you get not far off Celta.
That's so true. Not to put you on blast, but it's just quite funny that Nafany's now given us a 1-13 when we were like complimenting Santa. Okay, unlucky. He's too greedy. He goes to the AK, he gets caught quick switching. 4v3, they're in B. That molly's going to hurt Nafany. He will still try and get a frag. He is able to, but traded immediately by Result. And now Axel and Zorte have just got 5-7s and Deagles. They're going to try and make things work. The bomb's being stuck. Axel's able to find the first, but again, just really good trade. Sedame follows through on Zorte. That's game, set, match on map 1. Nemesis looking unbelievable on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, just completely dominated them. I'm kind of shocked. I kind of mentioned Overpass. Sure, when you look at like their win rate on it, it's great, 75%. I guess that's now up now to 80-something, but it's 4 maps, now 5. Like, it's not a map that they are playing a lot, one that you mentioned because Results joined, they've opened it up into their pool, but it's still one when you compare these two teams. TDK, this is their best map. They're beating every team on it. They have almost a 60% T-side win rate. They got 2 rounds on the T-side. It's unbelievable just what we got from them today. And I want to take nothing away from Team Nemesis because they played lights out Counter-Strike. Really solid performances from the whole squad. Texi, unbelievable. Celta playing his peak as well. Nemesis made quick work of TDK on Overpass. Ancient, their map pick, coming up next, and, well, TDK have their work cut out for them.
An overwhelmingly dominant overpass from Nemesis on TDK's map pick now sees us here on Ancient, a map where we argued that both of them would be quite happy with this, but I think maybe a few of us watching along would have been surprised at the, extent of the result from Nemesis. Like 13-3 against this TDK team is very impressive indeed, and I guess it just goes to show the level between these two at the moment.
It's crazy. I cannot believe it. I mean, Sugar was the only positive rated player on TDK, and I feel like I never really even said his name. You know, like, it was just such a complete collapse from them. I'm in awe of it. Nemesis, I mean, Texi just had one of those games. 2.07 rating. This guy gets more 2.0 ratings than he does 0.9 ratings, I swear. Rassel, brilliant performance as well. I mean, yeah, there wasn't really any missing pieces other than maybe Magic-y. There was a few times he got caught out over on B, but ultimately pieces were always picked up by everyone else. And yeah, now we go to Ancient, their map pick, and sure, you can look at the win rate on HPV and might look a little like they've had some rough runs here, but it is still one of their best maps. It is their kind of go-to outside of Nuke, and I think in the format they showed an Overpass, it's going to be hard for TDK here.
Yes. Yeah, it will be very difficult indeed. I wanted to go and count, actually, how many over 2.0 ratings Texi has had. And I'm currently doing that now.
It's that big that you have to actually spend time counting.
19.
Ooh, not bad. 19
times he's had over a 2.0 rating. 21 if you include 1.99. I don't know if we can. What I will say is that I would like to see Texi one day, not now, but eventually on Parivision, because I'd like to see him play alongside his twin brother Nota.
That would just be nice to happen. We've had twins play on the same team before historically in Counter-Strike, but it's still a treat when it happens. Yeah, TDK, look, listen, they're good at Ancient, so I don't want to write them off at all.
Well, they're good at Overpass too.
Yeah, right, and yeah. Yeah, and the recent wins have been against teams that you kind of expect them to beat. Hyperspirit 13-9, one win, an OT win 16-14. So, you know, it's not exactly.
Yeah, the Truby result's good, to be fair, and they beat Alliance.
Okay, yeah.
There's some good things in here. Lost and won to Mouse and XT. You never know what Mouse and XT you're gonna get. For Nemesis, they pick into this. They lost to Eternal Fire on this map. That's a Sashi on this map in 2026. They're actually on a 4-map losing streak. Included there's Mouse and XT they lost to. We've got good wins though. The stake ranked close qualifier. They beat Big and Sinners on these maps, and they looked very good doing it. So I don't want to rule them off, especially because they start on the T side, which we didn't really get to see at all from them on Overpass. And they also just won the game 13-3. So for those reasons, I still think they should be quietly confident, if not loudly confident, at how good they were. Oh, you cheeky boy.
Yeah. Very cheeky. I don't know if it's going to matter because of this angle being held by Sugar, and it's clear. Oh! That's the right versus left eye advantage. They just right clear on it. And then they just immediately pounce through, get the bomb down, full donut control, a difficult retake.
That's the power of the Shadow advantage, where Result knows his Shadow is going to be seen, but his Shadow didn't account for the crouch. So he just crouches. They've got no idea. Zorte overwhelmed. He's now just swapped to the P2K because he's got more bullets. Texi, okay, yeah, sure. Didn't even really see any of them. And he just kills 2. An immediate cleanup from Team Nemesis, and they start Ancient as they left Overpass in dominant manner.
That is... What is that, Texi?
He wasn't even aiming at either of them,
He
Lucy.
wasn't. That's so ridiculous. I mean... What can you do? What can you do? Sometimes they just click really quickly and they just hit you even when they're not trying.
He wasn't aiming at either of them.
Maybe on his screen he was, you know? Subtick and all that.
Maybe. Full eco. Celta can make some pennies. And he has seen a lot of players push in. Today,
Pocket the kills.
get off of Celta's kills. In fact, Celta already
Took
get
3 of
one.
them.
He angrily turns around with his dual Berettas. Like, Sedain, bro, come on. I need to make
To be
some
fair,
money.
Kept him alive. Which is maybe
Yeah.
more valuable.
And to be fair, Sedain had quite a quiet overpass. Needed to start shit off in a big way. And he does. He gets free. 2-0 for Team Nemesis. Have you heard the scream of someone dying? Don't worry, it's just the coaches who will do that every round. If you listen closely at the start of rounds, you can hear them dying every time. They fall from the sky and they flop.
If you listen closely, you can still hear their screams. Alright. Yeah, I think Groove's probably screaming a little bit.
It's just permadeafened in TeamSpeak, just raging. This is the important one, TDK. This is your gun round. You need to start getting this off on the right foot. Mid control's been established. Heaven control's been established. There's so much map control for Nemesis early. But a good spam onto Texi will force him to shoot back. And will also get him to bend the knee a little bit when it comes to mid control. He's down to 50 HP. But Nemesis is just going to go B anyway.
Yeah, and look at the rotations. DK moved a lot of bodies to try and clear out middle. Xanta's smoke is well timed on ramp. I think the rotations might come back in time. We'll see. Xanta forced out. And they'll take this cave control freely. Actually, they're not committing.
No, they're not. They're really happy to see the replenishment of that smoke, I think. All you're hoping for right now is that Texi gets a kill on Nafani. Really hoping that happens if you're Nemesis, because you will be going in towards B potentially in the next sort of 5-10 seconds. Good swing out of Result. But also, you could just be going in towards A. Yeah, they're going to fake it out. So timing is everything. Texi able to find the first, and oh, Axel's deleted too. And that's the bomb site. That's the round. You're saving. It's amazing how they spin it into this A play, because they're so confident that Texi's going to get these kills.
Yeah, he gets both. I mean, I think if he doesn't get the second, it's probably still fine, because they got the fast scaling through Donut, and it would have been a good distraction. But yeah, brilliant lurk out. You could see that was cooking the entire time. And the timing of it couldn't be better. Yeah, it looks like Texi is just having one of those series. I mean, it's hard to fault anyone on Nemesis right now. But he's just so sharp with it.
The entire squad of TDK have 2 kills. And that's how many Nafani got on the entirety of Overpass.
Yeah, one of those came in the final round, right?
Yes. Here's something I learned the other day, Lucy. I didn't realise that there's light rain on Ancient. I've been casting it for over a year since this update came in.
Light rain.
I had no idea that it rained on Ancient.
Where's it
Yeah,
raining?
look at the gun. Just wet.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it isn't raining. Maybe you're just like splashing in puddles and stuff.
Maybe,
but...
yeah.
Oh, Magic Key's holding for the boost. Of course you are. Why not? It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous you find the opening like that. Magic Key, are you okay? They're just in their heads.
Yeah, raining on TDK's parade.
It's sad for me because outside of a Counter-Strike circle, TDK is a name that belongs in an Arsenal community, and it's for a YouTube channel called The Different Knock, and he makes really good YouTube videos on Arsenal. But his channel is also called TDK, and I'm like, yay, Nafani, TDK, Arsenal, all my favourite things, and they're just getting known.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Brandon is a massive gooner.
Hey, cup final tomorrow.
Let's go.
They are walking back into... Doesn't matter. I'm not even going to finish the sentence.
They're just going to fight their way forward.
Oh, that's the bomb. 35 seconds. Does it matter?
It's
We'll
fine.
find
It
out.
doesn't-
Nafany
it
is
doesn't.
full blind. It might matter.
All right, Nafany.
25 seconds. I'm going to cook something
Make it
here.
matter.
Nafany is also going to cook onto Sedame. Now he can pick up. Remember, that smoke's just replenished in towards A main. Result does not have time to go towards Red Room. Nafany has also now got a rifle. Axel up close. 14 seconds. 10 seconds. They have to get these kills. Result will. Axel, though, nearly passes the test. We tried to make it into something, so did TDK, but ultimately it was the natural conclusion to the round. Nemesis winning again.
Tell you what though, if Nafany had won that duel with the recovered rifle,
It was done.
That was actually going to be probably done. So NT Nafany.
And I actually
the
rate his
hard
decision
ones.
to wide swing. I respect his decision to wide swing. Maybe, I don't know actually, maybe not,
No,
because the time was so low.
Sure, but it's unexpected, right? Like, I mean, and
Well,
wide
that's
swinging is just what you do.
yeah. Unlucky.
NT. Oh, big fight brewing, and Sugar goes 1 for 1.
No.
Now Seltzer takes down Xanta as well.
Oh, that's a player we've just not said at all either. What's happened to Xanta? He was so good on Amiga. Now here, having a troublesome game. Nafany trying to bring the trouble. Well, Result just owns him. Never mind. That's 5-0 now. And that's a save. To be fair to Nafany in that round, you're playing an off angle. There's not a whole lot you can do about that when you just get one bullet headshot with no time to react.
Yeah, that's kind of how it feels whenever I play Prem or Face it, like against the guy with like 300 hours in CS.
Oh, the classic.
You're like, this guy, he doesn't even play. Like, what's his profile? Come on, brand new account.
Oh, it's private. Yeah.
Brand new account, but you've got, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, you have a 10-year service coin, but 200 hours. How interesting.
The one that freaks me out is on Faceit, when like the Faceit account will have like 2,500 games played, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the profile, and the maths doesn't maths, right? It'll be like 600 hours, 800 hours, something like this. There's a lot of weird Faceit accounts out there. Probably people that like deactivate and then make a new account, but like, or like link a new Steam account.
Oh, potentially.
It's like no one else is out here playing Puzzle Pirates or Hello Kitty Island Adventure. You just got CS for 600 hours.
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure, it slaps.
What is that? Actually, do you know what? I don't care. I don't want to know
Sure.
right now.
Sure, all right. Fine.
Tell me-
I listened to you
tell me
talking about
afterwards.
gooning. Guna. Arsenal. Football. All right, Chicky, let's focus
Bang.
in. All picks on either side of the map. Axel takes out Result in middle. Advantage for TDK. Few and far between, and this is on half by.
All right, nice. I love this angle out of Axel. I only dislike it if Celta goes around the left-hand side and Axel doesn't clear him. Axel, oh, the timing. Oh, wow, this is actually just so horrible. But it should be fine because Celta hasn't moved. So Axel will move back to this left-hand side eventually. Oh, no. And he's just going to maybe... Oh, kill him. Okay. I thought he was going to potentially go and look for more. Nafany is still here. Although Sugar is pushing and he's going to get found out quite quickly by Sedame. So it's this pause immediately after Celta takes the contact that is going to do all of the heavy lifting here for Nemesis. 45 seconds left. The bomb has to be recovered, which, I mean, isn't that big of a deal. But with Celta moving his way out of Donut, this indicates to me they want to finish B. So he's going to get the bomb and then move back. They have to flash forward because they're worried about a push into A main. That hasn't come in. And with the space over towards Heaven, they will try and go B. Why is that dangerous? Because Zorsay's here with the AWP.
Alright, so let's see what he can put up. He actually has a smoke, but obviously doesn't want to drop that with this ult. Instead, he's going to try and stay active. Has to be really active now. The molly keeping him at play and, well, smoked himself off in the end to get away from the flames. And that might just be the end of the round.
I wish he went for the wall bang. I really wish he went for the short wall bang. There was a chance there he could have denied the bomb, and if he denies the bomb, he just wins the entire round. It instead doesn't shoot. You can understand why, playing for the preservation of his life. Unfortunately, this is a round that you can no longer go for. So Nemesis are going to keep the slate clean. This is now 6 rounds in a row on Ancient. And to take things one step further... Yeah, this is... Wow. Can't do maths. Live on air. This is so difficult. 10... 16 rounds out of the last 18.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
I can't believe this series is going like this.
I thought it would be a lot more competitive than it currently has been.
The map veto was so good for TDK.
It's just the caliber of opposition, though. Like, I really feel like some of their results look and feel a bit fraudulent. Result will get the trade. Sugar is able to battle through the molly, but you're right. Look at this space that Result's got. This is known. Zorte's here, and he is claiming the kill. So this should be a TDK round.
You just slowed down at like the wrong moment there. If you'd just gone a little bit quicker into the site, could have maybe got around that corner, but was obviously worried about an A player being present somewhere. Well, there was a chance there. Try and catch out Sugar. Santa is alone here. Will they be clearing him in this corner? Oh, Flashbang comes over. Now he has the support by his side. Sugar steps in and Celta. But the AWP, yeah, not going to be getting much done there, unfortunately for him. TDK get their first round, and they only lose 1.
Yeah, really good proactivity here from TDK. You get the swing out from Axel through red. You get the push in from Heaven as well with the flashbang support for Sugar. Stands and bangs in the molly. And then they completely disengage, and it's appropriate. And as soon as you see Result rushing Donut on Axel's death cam, you can just reset it if you're Zorte. He gets there in time. It's an easy kill. That was the only potential spanner in the works there for Nemesis. Doesn't happen. Round falls a little bit flat. And instead, what you're left with is TDK finally posting a round on the board. The issue is that hasn't happened all that often, and they've not really been able to get consecutive in a row. Although Magiki has been pushed forward. That smoke, I don't really know what's going on with that smoke in towards ramp, but hey, it's gone now, so it doesn't matter. Oh, hello.
Double setup on the elevation as well. Magiki might be able to pick one. Depends if he wants to go on the slow clear or the jiggle gets the information. Magiki was holding for the fallback and Zorte catch out to Dame and the flames burn out Magiki with the spam.
Okay, decent. And now you can reset if you're Nemesis. You can go potentially in towards Donut. But Axel's holding for this, and you've got this rotation out of Nathany. Zorte's covering Red Room. Looking and feeling a lot more responsive out of TDK. It feels like they've got a really good understanding of what these rounds currently are looking like now for Nemesis. And Axel is on an angle where Nathany can take contact. They shouldn't be ready for Axel. They're not. Nathany even follows through on Texi. That's the round over. Whilst it's all in vain again for Celta, it's back-to-back rounds on the bounce. For TDK, that feels good. Nemesis have got one more buy in them. And look, this is the first time they felt pressured enough to take a tactical pause.
2 consecutive. That's not been something that TDK can actually speak for yet. I don't think they got that on Overpass at all, right? So, yeah, they didn't. So, yeah, that's good signs. AKs for a whole bunch as well. And the timer has to come through now because, yeah, sure, you've given her those 2 consecutive. Also, your money is now getting to the point of breaking. You lose this one, TDK are right back into things. And their win rate on this map has been bolstered by, again, another really strong T side that they have. Expect Axel to be a real nuisance in towards middle, as he has been already here in his last few rounds. I've seen him be pretty active with these fights.
They want to kill him. They really want to kill him in Donut. Maybe they'll be given the chance. Texi instead just takes the easy way out. Good nades or on Xanta. One goes in towards Axel's position on Donut, but doesn't do nearly as much. And I like that Texi's faked that he's over at Red Room, but he's actually rejoining his teammates. Sugar is in such a winning position unless Sedame clears him. Oh dear. That's direct. Flashbang is brilliant though. Straight forward onto Nafany. He's able to get a couple, and Magiki can't hit the shot. It's the in-game leader doing everything now for TDK, keeping them on the winning track. And Seltzer and Ressa, all they can do is sit back and watch because it was such a good opening kill coming into towards Cave by Sedame. But Nafany undoes everything. And TDK are now on the front foot. They're potentially going to reset the money here. And this map is going to become a lot more competitive. That is, unless Seltzer is able to clear Nafany, and he is. Be careful. Xanta's here. Flashbang over. They don't see him, but they've got a pretty good and strong idea that he's down. Bomb locked in. 2v3.
A lot of damage done though. Nade lands straight onto Resolt's feet. Seltzer's going to adopt the close angle. He's seeing one on that cross, but can't find the fight. Resolt's falling, so Seltzer into the 1-on-3. They know exactly where he is too. They saw him close towards ramp. He's taking a nice headshot, but Xanta quickly deals out one of his own. TDK will get their third in a row, and this one thanks to a great no hesitation moment from Nafany. Calls the flash, swings in off it, and just farms. First kill, that's the freebie, but the follow-up too, they weren't easy. Nafany makes it look so. Having a much better map here. And that is a breath of fresh air for TDK as they take 3 in a row. Now they have kind of broken that money too.
It's necessary for them to be stable, but now you need someone else to step up in a big way. Need more out of Zorte, for example. I know Ancient's difficult to AWP on, especially on the CT side, but I'd like to see a little bit more out of him. I'd like to see Sugar step up in a big way. You saw that good Xanta trade, but it can't just all be Nafany, which is a sentence that I couldn't imagine myself saying, especially after low and how dismal the overpass was. It's going to be quick, and they've bought down on these rotates here. TDK, they thought it was going to be a mid play because of all the utility. Instead, it's going to be B. Texi has stood and fragged Nafany with just a P250.
Oh, Sugar handles, but then Celto comes through. Xanta still here, and yeah, bomb dropped. Flashbangs over the top. That pistol not getting it done. Celta. Oh, Xanta runs out of bullets. No chance in this. Nade doesn't do a whole lot. Tech 9 versus the rifles. Okay, he's going to disengage. If he had the bomb, you'd fancy his chances a whole lot more, but now he's going to go all the way around. I don't know if they know the bomb's dropped, is the thing.
I don't think they know. No, they have no idea.
Okay. So Salto, pick it back up. Now it's going to come down to the timing for him. Sorte is sort of looking between these two spaces. Salto's just going to commit to the bomb plant. Zorte can get onto the line and try and catch him on the cross back. Nice. Oh, and he does! Brilliantly lined up. Great landing, and any chaos denied.
It's impressive how Nemesis find themselves in these disadvantageous situations more often than not. And somehow they're always able to get a source of value out of it. Whether that's a bomb plant, whether that's a couple of kills. In this round, they had one rifle, P250s, Tech 9s. And they put it into a 1v2 with a bomb down out of Celta. And sure, also hits a banger just to kind of keep the momentum on the side for TDK. But you're more than happy with that if you're Nemesis. Celta's got a Mac 10 and he's got 3,700 in the reserve. That means one thing. We're rushing B.
He's got the forward spawn. Going to be met with a bit of a head-on collision here. There are 3 players starting here. Flashbang's over and they're brilliant. First kills come through, and are you ready for Nafany? Oh, he's tucked in. They're not cleared at all. They do once wrestle. At that point, turns. Why is it wrestle that turns?
I think it was calmed, and he's just 180'd them.
That's crazy.
Axel's right behind them. Wait, this is a really great timing. So Dame dealt with. Oh, Axel's followed through on another, but he's not ready for so many players. Magic in at short. Ressalt over at long. It's a great round out of Ressalt. The 180 on towards Nafany in the corner. And let's talk about these flashbangs that are thrown by both Sedame and Texi. They are so brilliant because of how shallow they are. They blind deliberately the players looking at the ramp. That's exactly the head-on collision that Celta was hoping for. Easy collection on the Mac 10. Great call. And that just puts a spanner in the works here because Nemesis now got a chance to still make this an 8-4 half.
Sugar, gonna be under pressure again. Trying to dodge the nades, and, well, holds on. Sedame goes down. Celta is gonna give it a chance. No, scales past instead. Axel thinks maybe there's a chance there, but Celta actually just swings all the way back in. Let Sugar fall back. We'll swap on the pieces for these two.
Oh no, that flashbang's meant that his smoke hasn't landed properly. Hey, we'll keep attention here at least. That's spam. No, you're going to come over here and do even more towards Xanta? Okay, nothing connects. But he's still being annoying, but with one player just spamming, that actually raises eyebrows and suspicion towards A, in which Nemesis are just about to execute him, but team flashes will not help. This donut player has got to find something in Axile.
Is there a smoke coming in towards the corner here? No, it's just a HE. There comes the smoke. Zorte's going to slide out and straight to his death. Texi removes him and Axel just caught completely unawares. Surely Zorte knew that kill came from the boost. Bomb to go down. Got Celta lurking in middle. He gets flashed out by Nafany. They knew a player had to be hanging out around here. Remember, Sugar's on 2 HP. Time's going to be a burden for them. Got a HE, no smoke. So even defusing this bomb with the donut plant is going to be really tricky. Texi up on the boost as well. All these angles looking good, and oh, doesn't know that kill would have been free for him. He just doesn't want to give it. He's just holding to see if this player budges, and oh, now he's missed the opportunity. Now the kills are coming, and it looks like it's all fine. There's no time. Texi will secure it with the quad kill to close. And that's the amount of rounds that's the difference. 8-4, Nemesis in the lead.
Alright, a little bit better from TDK on the CT side of Ancient, but ultimately they were only able to get 4 rounds of fast play with the Mac 10s out of Nemesis, enough to spin the idea of this second map back in their favour. They now go to the CT side of their map pick, and TDK need to hit the ground running, otherwise this could be over quite fast.
Yeah, pistol rounds have been few and far between. That a whole slew of dual Berettas. Double setup. Towards Jag. And a spread from the T side. Neat. Spot a Sedame there. Oh, they're looking for the information. Great pick from Axile. Once a dualies goes down immediately, Texi will answer back with the kill of his own. At the same time this contact comes through, Nafany is just going to skirt out and walk onto this A bomb site. Oh, cheeky, cheeky. Look at the timing.
Was he seen? I don't think he was seen.
No.
Issue you've got is that Texi's now cleared all of B. So that's going to put Sedame back on the angle. Celta, though, caught by Nafany. Really big kill to find. But Sedame can just focus, on these players. Nafany now rotates back in. He tries to split the difference, but Magiki will catch him. So his position, all in vain, because he ran back onto the bomb site to help, and then Sedame swings and gets rid of Sugar. Who cares about your position? Because it doesn't keep hold of it for very long. And then TDK can't even get on site.
So, Nafany kills Celta.
Runs CT to try and swing onto Sedame.
He picked up, someone threw a smoke that landed, it was a T-smoke. I thought it was Nafany that threw it, but it was actually, I think, one of the players in main. The donut smoke, it just landed on the roof somewhere. It didn't block off donut, so...
Oh, did it miss again?
Yeah, so they needed, if they smoke off donut, then it's completely fine, because then this Sedame can't take any fights, and then, you've got this, the entire bomb site at that point with CT, but yeah, they expected it to be smoked, which I think is why the swing comes.
That's the third miss smoke on Ancient for TDK in this map, because they missed this B door smoker as well. I think they missed an elbow smoke, and now they've missed that donut smoke. Really not ideal. And as a consequence, you're on an eco. Result looks back and then looks onto the angle once more. Xanta's got the bomb and a deagle, and is praying that Axel can do anything with this Glock. The only thing he's done is just bring Resart over, as he's hungry for more kills. Magiki will lock it in, and that's going to be double digits, and a chance for Nemesis to close this series in incredibly dominant fashion.
Yeah, it really has been dominant, hasn't it? No pistol rounds. Has not helped things out either. Just made it not even feel like there could be the chance of the comeback in either of these maps.
They're all just playing well
now
as well.
Yeah.
Said it before on the first half, I'll say it again. When Nafany is top of the board with 11 kills, yeah, Axile's on 10, sure, whatever, but like the rest of the squad are nowhere near. That's when you know you're in danger, because that shouldn't be happening. It looks like they're going to try A quite quickly. So Magiki is about to be tested here, and he knows it. Surely he gets mollied.
Support is very far away.
They don't molly him. That's such an oversight. But fortunately, Xanta and Zorta are able to find kills.
Oh, that's not great for them, but the molly behind, and then Spam gets the kill back. A lot of damage done on the 2. That was the bomb denied on the plant. Oh, player spotted, and almost a chance here for another. Texi needs to move Zorte, but then again, another set of flames comes through. You know exactly where Texi was. How many HGs do they have? This smoke has been broken 3 times. This time the bomb will go down safely. Texi has the tools he needs to pull off this 1v2. Nafany's just going to fall back. Texi wants to wait for this smoke before he starts to progress. He's worried about a potential lurk through. Now spotted. Nafany's repositioned. Time's ticking. Smoke forward onto the bomb.
That's not going to work. Bomb's not planted there.
Yeah, it might be just covering the edge of it. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's spreaded terribly. And then Axel can just swing. And it's simple enough. They win their first gun round.
Good trades. Like, really important trades. I'm so worried when they've got these mollies and they don't just molly Magic-Key, but Nafany... Oh, sorry, it's not even Nafany. It's Xanta and Zorto. They get important trades. And I think Nemesis just throw all their bodies at the problem and just hope that they've got enough firepower to overwhelm, which, hey, works sometimes, but not in this instance. And it really feels like they went too fast, and as a result, they went too individual. They'll force back with Rassos on a Deagle, MP9 on Celta. Fortunately, everyone else is pretty decent when it comes to weaponry, but utility is certainly lacking.
Okay, Nafany. Great shot. Expecting that swing. Xanta's found Sedame as well. Boost out from Zorte. Oh, it looked good, but Magic-Key gets that kill, and now he knows Xanta's close by. He's looking for it. Really wants to find this double. Can't. Xanta takes him. Texi. Okay, wrestle. Hits the one dig. Axel now swings, though, and he almost gets two with that spray. Texi reduced low. He could technically cut off this bomb. Axel's on full HP. You don't favor Texi. But maybe his timing on this progression to cave is actually really good. Oh, it's brilliant, because they saw him fall back in towards middle. Ah, doesn't matter. Thorough. Good
molly. Really good molly, because it ticks him, I think, for like 1 HP, and you're able just to spin around. It's a really important molly from Axel, but you bang on. Like, if that molly doesn't come in, fortunately Axel's got that presence of mind to do it, then the timing on Xanta is hit immediately, and maybe you can just deny Axel. In addition, NT. But the good news is that is going to provide a lot of respite. That's going to make you feel like you're back in the competition now. If you're TDK, Texi's got a Zeus, but everyone else is just on USPs. They've gambled the wrong bomb site.
Unlucky. It's always a coin flip, and I always feel like it's never in your favor. Some direct calls coming out from TDK. Is this angle with the Zeus actually at all effective for Texi? I feel like it's not. I suppose someone just walks around the corner. Can't quite see what Texi's... I guess most players will clear on the right first rather than left. So yeah, actually, maybe it does work. Interesting. Hadn't really considered it. Because you can kind of tuck in the little alcove. Interesting. New tech.
I love that you're breaking it down just so much.
You gotta think about Zeus positions. It's important. Zeus kills are a critical part of the game. For both the moral victory, but also on ecos, they're great on maps like Ancient. Nuke, great Zeus map as well. Overpass, I always have a lot of success in Connector with the Zeus.
I don't remember the last time I bought a Zeus.
Only on ecos for me.
Oh, great spam. Oh. Brilliant spam.
Wow.
Texi left limping. Sedame as well. This T-side's definitely got some potential to it. Celta's just been spammed. And Sedame isn't able to get the bullets going the other way.
That's what I thought.
They're just going to gamble. Yeah, they're just going to gamble A. And they say, look, if TDK go B, whatever, we'll just save.
Yeah. Alright, well, I think it is going to be B. So, right back into it at TDK. It's been 8th. These rounds have so far felt very good, very comfortable for them.
Yeah, just really good spam. And that immediately just locks 2 players out of this round who never really want to go for it anyway. Like, Texi and Sedame was so low. Zelda then gets spammed. So no one directly saw a player from Nemesis in this round. And they're forced to save. That hurts. The good news about saving is that Magic-Key can get armor with his AWP.
True.
So that's nice.
They can get util.
They can.
It's not great news to Celta, but, you know.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll live.
Ironically, he won't. Can Axel get any more?
Takes one, it'd be good.
Ouch. Good tag. But no frag.
Terrorists win.
Okay, he has got an MP9. I was worried he was just going to rock a USP, but no, he's good. He's got something. Magic Key will buy armor as well, which is nice. Bar Celta, they've got everything they could hope for and more in this round, Nemesis. So we'll see if they can succeed. Not won a gun round yet on the CT side of Ancient.
Sugar punished. Oh, Nafany caught then too. Expecting the fights in towards middle this time. Santa, flashbang, Celta actually wins him. The trade comes through, but then quickly the kills follow the other direction, and that one a lot more straightforward for Nemesis.
I love the way they set themselves up as well. Magic Key always holding the heaven angle. You got two players that are slightly off-center to the mid play. They can just play anti-flash, just dodge it, then swing. Then you know that heaven play is going to come in. Magic Key's holding. That's the entire objective of the round for him. Just be the sentry gun that's going to get that kill. And then from there, you got that double layer in from B. It's so simple. It's so effective. But it's one that earns Nemesis another round. And this feels very similar to, ouch, the first half. A lot of damage onto Axel, but he still takes the kill. Boost up for Magic Key. He doesn't see anything. So Nafany might start to push and force the issue here. Oh, this is a wild peek. And he saw the shadow and the arm, and he isn't able to get anything. No damage.
That was a real chance, wasn't it?
I love how re-aggressive he's being here. Like, the fact he's pushed in towards cave. Nafany, like, surely dead here.
Flash. Oh, Magic Key on the spam. I see Axile. No way! Close combat.
What a
Takes
beast.
the aggression elsewhere, and yeah, goes beast mode on them. And he's still active, still fighting. No, he's not going to deter him. He wants this duel with Xanta, who blinks first. Oh, Xanta permanently blinking as one goes between his brains. Sugar will get the lurk kill in towards middle. They're going to have to come back towards B, and Magic is just repositioned to hold this cross up.
No way.
Oh,
you
Sugar,
don't clear this.
This side?
No, you don't. Easy.
Unbelievable.
What a round out of Magic Key. So Dame will just get rid of Zorto, who now has to push to force the issue. Unbelievable. What a fantastic round. And this is the best one to try and close now if you're Nemesis. They haven't got all the money. They're not planted for 2 rounds TDK. But what a round out of this sniper.
Especially when he gets aggressive on ramp, it doesn't work out and you think, okay, he might be under a bit of pressure here. 2 players pushing on him. He eats the flashbang. Brilliant stuff.
Oh my
Big fight
gosh.
in
look at
middle,
them.
and oh, the
Wow.
util gets
Okay.
still. T-side prevailing. Flashbang so good.
No.
Texi swings off, takes 2 from that flash. Thanking Magic Key for his contributions.
Look at Celta. Celta's in this smoke. Like, contact's been taken by Sedame. Celta's now going to push the heaven smoke, and it might not even be needed. Magic Key's still holding. Celta on this quick flank. Oh, but punished by Zorte. He starts running. He starts overcooking, and Zorte's now starting to heat up. Xanta's able to get rid of the Orpa, and Texi's thrown into a 1v2. He'd need 4 kills to close this game.
Is he just leaving the save?
It can't be. They got money.
Do you think it's going to be the A play? If they've seen him here and they're going to leave? Yeah, he's got the wrong read on it. Oh. Is it just a save at this point? Is he going to run all the way around?
You not
It's a
got
long
kit.
run.
You could go into elbow, get an AK and save.
Yeah, it looks to be the call. Oh, what a shame after what felt like some brilliant maneuvers there. Texie gets that sick double in middle. No, he wants to get some exits, keep them
Yeah, I
honest.
don't mind this.
You know, the economy's not good. Take them both here. TDK will not be working with a lot into the next round. Oh, nice. He can even grab this orb, perhaps. Depends where it lands. Oh, lovely.
Nice. Yeah, brilliant. They plant the bomb, but look, 3,500 a player effective. Like, Zorte won't have an AWP into this. This is best case scenario, actually, I think, for losing a round, right? What a flash out of Magic-E. But really good protocols. The fact that Celta overheats, that's the main issue there, because the flank felt really good, but he started running, and Zorte heard him. 3 more rounds needed in a row here for TDK. Otherwise, Nemesis are going to do this in 2. And Ressol understands that it's A.
Brilliant. Util does a lot of damage. Can't quite get the second, though. Zorte needed that trade. So actually, managed to get this bomb site pretty well. To go down, yeah, can't be denied. Spam does a lot of damage on Danaphony. He wasn't even the planter. Oh, he's just walking around and getting caught by all the util. Resmoke is a nuisance. 2 at the same time, in fact. Nothing. What? He just gets sent through. He still gets a kill. You know what? I rate it. With a low HP, he gets it done. Flashbang the other way, and the push comes through. And the strike from Sadame simultaneously. Sugar left in the clutch at 1v2. Incendiary forces him forward straight into both of them. And with that, the defuse will come through.
They got time.
The wrong player got on the bomb. They've got it. He had a kit, Magic-E. You had a kit. Why make it stress? But for Nemesis, not too much for a stressful series. They take it 2-0. Overpasses domination. Ancient, a bit more fight back, but it still felt pretty comfortable.
Look, that's really nice, to be honest, from TDK, that we actually get a little bit of a fight back, because they're 8-4 down. They're able to string some rounds in a row here, but Nemesis just ultimately overwhelmed. Their fundamentals just so much better on the day here. Overpass on no contest. Ancient feels a hell of a lot better for them today, and they will take it 2-0. My prediction coming into fruition. I didn't think it was going to be that one-sided, though, on Overpass. I'm going to be honest with you. I expected more of a result like this that we got on Ancient. But hey, that's the result of it. Upper bracket semi-final now looms for Nemesis and TDK. They're not out of the tournament. Don't worry. They'll just drop down in towards the lower.
Yeah, and we'll see who they're going to be playing. The series between X-Ruby and K27 not concluded. Only map 1 is done. That was a 13-11 for X-Ruby, so they're currently 1-0 up in that series. We'll see if they can close out as K27. That would be quite a performance if they could do that. I'd be very impressed. And then we can see the other games still to conclude as well. Namiga lead in their series in map 2, so that one might be going the distance. And it's OT currently on map 2 between Ursa and Musketeers. Musketeers looking to do that one in 2-0 fashion to go through. And then down in the lower bracket, I don't know if we'll have a look at that. All those games are still underway anyway. It's going to be a little while till they are wrapped. But yeah, that was a surprisingly fast series. I thought it was going to be 2-0, but I thought it was going to be for TDK. I'm not sure why I doubted Nemesis. Is a team that is on the up and up, one that should be feared, and I think now has a really good shot of going the full distance here, making that run for the grand final. But that's us wrap for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. The rest of ECL action continues tomorrow for Europe, so we'll see you back here then. For now, bye bye, enjoy your evening.
The game, time in a Texie. Xanta looks back, but it doesn't matter. What a really difficult position in this 1v2, but Magic-E comes to him quite easy, but there's a...
He's going to be dressing up with the rest of them. Oh, okay!
Right, okay.
Oh, they need to find these kills quickly. A double up in towards the long side. Ressol gets overwhelmed. Information now for the swings, the headshots all coming through, and we will get that. So, let's try and find a shot. Oh, that one has no kit. Absolutely done it. Called the bluff on Celta.
So yeah, they're going to fake it out. So timing is everything. Texie able to find the first, and oh, Axel's deleted too.
Starting here, flashbangs over, and they're brilliant. First kills come through, and are you ready for Nafany? Oh, he's tucked in. They're not cleared at all. They do. What? Wrestler. He just doesn't want to give it. He's just holding to see if this player budges, and oh, now he's missed the opportunity. Now the kills are coming, and it looks like it's all fine. There's no time. Far away.
They don't molly him. That's such an oversight.
Plant up. Tag. Tilt up. Actually wins him. The crate comes through. Flash. Oh, Magic E. On the spam. I see Naxile. No way! Close combat. He blinks first. Oh.
Easy.
Unbelievable.
What a round out of Magic Key.
Oh, the
wow.
util gets still. T-side prevailing. Into the next round. Brilliant. I'm in fact. Nothing. What? Flashbang the other way, and the push comes through. And Clutch a 1v2, and Sandry forced him